Okay, hello all. Welcome to Hello Ruby. So, in the last video in this playlist, we might have seen about functions and classes. Okay, so that's so here, right? So today we are going to look about some more topics like initializers or constructors. Like, okay, so what are initializers in Ruby, and what to say, and we'll be looking up to, I think, inheritance. I don't know, like possibly like we might even cut off at private methods or something like that, but I want to go till inheritance. But yeah, let me see whether I get bored or something like that, or not. Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah, of course, for everything you need terminal, right? So cd ruby. Okay, let me just exit all other stuff. I don't need it. Right. Very well. For some reason, my internet is not dropping out on Mac. Yeah, now it dropped out. So, yeah. So Apple creates innovative laptops where internet keeps dropping out and coming back again and again. So that's great innovation, right? Okay, fine. So, so yeah, you've got my terminal and it's Ruby 310 over here. That's good. And we are going to look into, okay, initializers, constructors, and all those stuff. Okay, so let me put my text mate and copy this program, execute it, and tell you what it means. Okay, so that's it. Okay, come on. Yeah. Okay, so let me just copy this program, put it over here, right? Make it nice and big. Okay, I think it's big enough. Okay, right. So square2.org. Okay, and do remember, yeah, I wrote my book long ago. It is required to, it is a good habit to put a space like this. So if you start a comment, just don't just start writing comment right over here. Just put a space. It'll look nice. Okay. So that's the thing, right? So we are going to look into a thing called initializers. Okay. So let me just execute it. And once it's executed, yeah, Ruby square underscore 2.rb. Yeah, it says area of S1 is 16 square unit, perimeter of S2 is 20 square units. Okay, so let us see how it happens. Okay, so if you see, if you look at square, okay, so square dot RB last time, right? So we put square dot new and okay, whatever that side length we just assigned it over here, right? But over here, what we are just putting is like square dot new, and we are just putting something like 4 and oops, my internet went away. I don't think I need internet for this thing, but yeah, that keeps distracting me. Okay, so whoever said Apple makes a very productive laptop. Okay, you're a very good Mac fan. Okay, so that's the thing. Uh, okay, so yeah, so okay, so you have the square, and what we're just saying is square dot new, and rather than just giving the side length in the next step, we are just passing this value 4 over here. So what really happens? The new actually calls a function in this square, okay? And of course, that function is not called as new. I don't know why they don't keep it as new. Why they kept it as initialize? We need to type a lot, right? So this new over here and this, if you also put new over here, it'll be intuitive, right? So I don't know. Should somebody open a feature request in Ruby so that like if I type def new, then it means initialize or something like that? I don't know, right? Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, fine. Anyway, right? So, okay, so what we're just passing is 4 over here. Okay, so 4 gets copied to side length. If nothing is being passed, it becomes 0. Okay, so now this side length is not actually the instance variable. It is actually this at side length is the instant variable, and over here, of course, we have put this attribute accessor to take out or something like do something with instance variable and all those stuff, right? Okay. So now this side length is equal to side length. Okay, that's good, right? And now what we are just doing is like, okay, area is nothing but it's like the previous video, like where we are returning side length star side length, and a perimeter is nothing but 4 star side length. Okay, that's the thing. So all we are just doing is like, okay, passing this arguments while we are initializing itself, and then this arguments get copied over here, and of course this sets an attribute over here in this case. Okay, so that's the thing. Of course we can also do it. Okay, so if it's been done, and if you just put like, okay, okay, s1 is square dot new 4, so side length will be 4, and if we print the area over here, it's going to be 16 square units. Yeah, and so yeah, you have got 16 square units over here, right? And this, I don't think I need internet. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. And we can also do it in another way. That's because, like, okay, I've let the initializer run even without taking arguments. Like, because I put silent 0 over here, if I just put square dot new, the silent is going to be 0. But what I'm just doing is like s2 dot silent is equal to 5. So over here only the attribute accessor plays a part. Okay, this creates a setter and getter. So what it does is, okay, we can you're doing this s2 dot silent, right? And this has been actually enabled by this thing, attribute accessor. You can either set silent or get silent with this one. So, or if you just put something like this, okay, it will query for s2 silent. Okay, so that's the thing. But over here, I'm just putting this equal to and phi. So this will act like a setter, not like a getter. Okay, so setter means you're setting some value inside class. Getter means you're getting some value from the class. Okay, so that's the thing. That's what this attribute accessor is there for, right? Okay, so now the side length becomes phi. Okay, so over here we just look like, okay, the perimeter of s2 is s2 dot perimeter. So what is 4 into 5? It should be 20 units. So that's the thing. So that's how this program works. Oh, okay, fine. So whenever I see that place, should my internet get cut or something? I just peeked on the right top of my screen and my internet got. Oh god. A cheap Android phone is working perfectly with my internet, but such a costly Mac is behaving cheaply. Oh god. Right. Now it won't even connect. Okay, fine. Very nice. Okay. And yes. Okay, so last time we used this attribute accessor, right? So how can we get variables or set variables without using this attribute accessor? But I recommend you to use attribute accessor, okay, because it is a very good stuff. But yeah, how can you do it without this attribute accessor? Okay, so over here, like we are not exposing the class variable solution. So let me just save it. Yes. Let me just run it. Okay, right. Where is terminal? Ruby unexposed class variables. Okay. It says Karthik and Shabi are best friends. Okay, right. Okay, that's my best friend name. Okay, so yeah. So okay, so we have this class human. Okay, rather than having like, okay, like attribute accessor name or something like that, we have a function called set name. Okay, and it takes in name. Okay, so that's the thing. And so here what we are just doing is like we are just putting human dot new, and we are just putting the, like, okay, that is, and we are having that instance stored in variable a, right? Okay, actually a points to the location where this human.new has space allocated for it. Okay, that's the real stuff. But yeah, you can remember like this also, not a problem, right? As well, like a is a box and you have a human inside that. Okay, so that's the thing, right? For remembrance sake, yeah, you can do it, right? So that's the thing. And we are just putting this a dot set name Karthik. So this Karthik gets copied to this name over here, and this name is being transferred to this instance variable at name, right? Okay. And get name kind of does the reverse. It just returns out the name. Okay, so that's the thing. That is the instance variable, right? And we are having a second thing like human.new and set name over here is chubby. Okay, so that's the thing. And yeah, and over here, what we're just putting is like a dot get name. So this will just fetch the name, right? And okay, so a is nothing but Karthik, so it will just say Karthik over here, a dot get name, and b dot get name. That is chubby, and it will say like our best friends. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay. So I hope you just understood. Okay. Instead, I could have put like okay. Let me just show you another thing like over here. Uh, okay, right. File is there a save as? Okay. Unexposed class variables. Okay. I'll just put it like exposed class variables. Okay, so save, right. Okay. So that's the thing. And what I could have done is okay. ATTR. Okay. Accessor. I could have done name like this. Okay. So and I could have taken all these stuff out. Okay. So and all I could have done is like a dot name is equal to Karthik and b dot name is equal to Shabby, right? And all I could have done is like okay, a dot name and b dot name. So this attribute accessor in fact writes two functions. Okay, so it writes an equal to function where it will get name, and it also writes a function called name, where which when called like this in line 12 returns the name. Okay, so it does. So a lot of work is being done for you. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's why Ruby is being loved by a lot of programmers. So that's the thing, right? So this is called expose class variables. I don't know whether I've written a program like this in my book. Okay, so expose class variables, and it will say the same thing. Okay, so that's it. So you saw about unexposed, you saw about the expose and all those stuff, right? So okay, let's see whether my connection persists till I finish my video. Okay, it'll be a nice game, right? So yeah, no, right. Okay, so average connection time 5 seconds. And I don't know if somebody from Apple is watching this. Okay, if somebody from Apple is watching this, yeah, please do tell it to your management or whatever it is, or try to do something good. Okay, look, earning money is a difficult task for me. I have never done anything illegal. Like I haven't even copied in my school or class tests or something like that. So and earning money in a hard way and buying a laptop for such an expensive laptop and seeing this happening and almost getting no help. And even if I contact the Mac store, that is like this Mac support, the chat and all, they seems to have no idea. It really hurts. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, fine. Anyway, for those who are just watching this video just for Ruby, I'm sorry. So okay. Uh okay. So next we look about private methods. Okay, so we just have a thing called private method, right? And right, okay, fine. My expensive Mac. Okay, fine. I have poster of Buddha. Buddha told, "Don't worry about all these things." I'm just worrying about my lost internet connection on Mac. Okay, fine. Right. Okay, right. Okay. So let me execute this first and then I'll explain it. So Ruby private method, right? Yeah, it throws an error. Okay. Before that it says, okay, hello, I'm Zygor, I am 314,567 years old. Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah. So let us look how private methods work. Okay, so and then yeah, it throws an error. Okay, so over here, like okay, tell about you seems to work. Okay, so over here you have class human, right? Okay, so and you don't have any initialize, so human.new will execute nothing. But you have this name and age. Okay, so over here like okay, h dot name, you're just putting it as Zygor and h dot age, you're putting it as something like 314,567, right? And then you call h.tell about you. So it executes spectacularly well. Okay, so it just says like, hello, I am so, this is my name and my age is this. Okay, so that's what happens over here. But then it just throws an error. That's because we have put this function under a keyword called private. Okay, so if you put something like that, you can't access it from outside. But you might be asking, so isn't it silly? Like, why do I need to have a function which I can't access it from outside? Yeah, I will just tell you. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Uh, I think we'll see the next program and I'll just tell you. But then, yeah, so if you don't want functions to be accessed from outside, put it inside this thing, like put it below this private keyword. So that's the thing, right? So once again, let's play our game, right? Apple, apple, apple. Okay, right. Okay, I hope, yeah, somebody from Apple benefits from these videos. Okay. They rob my money, but I'm giving a free video for them or something. Of course, ad supported, yeah. But am I really robbing by putting ads in this video? Yeah, do tell me. Right now, it stays for some time. Okay, that's innovation, right? Okay, so now we have a function called private method one. Okay, so actually, cracking jokes like this while doing this video makes much more pleasurable videos. I don't know. Okay, there might be Mac fanboy who's just furious and who wants to download me or dislike me. Okay, so that's the thing. But making jokes like this, okay, I don't know. Like I don't feel like this pain of okay sitting in a place doing these videos and all that stuff. So let's execute this one. Private method one. I'm just trying to follow the same formula. Private method one, and yeah, it executes. Okay, so okay, we have a private method tell a secret. Okay, so okay, it's just like the last program, human.new. Okay, and over here we are just setting the name as Zygo, and we are setting the age to some age, and tell about you. Okay, it's there. Okay, it's tell about you is there. Okay, but if you call tell a secret, it won't work because it's under this private keyword. Okay, so that's the thing. So what we're just doing is we are writing a function called confess where tell a secret is being called. Okay, so now you can just think, okay, where private functions can be used. Like let's say like okay, like there is some very complex internal calculation, and you need to break these functions into 5 steps. Okay, like step one, step underscore one, and step two, and so on and so forth. Over here, just to make this function readable, okay, you'll break it down like this. Okay, and over here you'll just define the step. Okay, step one, and put something complex. Okay, so put something complex over here, like and so you make this thing readable, and you just put the complexity somewhere over there, and by breaking this into breaking a lot of a complex function into a lot of smaller functions with uh, uh, relatively less complexity in them. That is like you're taking a complex function, breaking them into many steps, and then you're defining those steps over here. And yeah, even though if it's complex, since you have broke down into steps, it'll be this one thing will be less complex, right? So this will help in aiding what to say writing code better. Okay, but the thing is like, but this and all, it's not accessible to the outside world. It need not be. Okay, so that's the thing of object oriented program. You will have an object that will do so lot of complex things, but it will present a very simple interface. Okay, so that's the thing. So you have a simple interface over here that's accessible to the outside world, and you're using it over here, but internally you will have a lot of complexity which you don't want to show it to the external world. Okay, definitely you do not know how the valve timing in your car works, or how the magnetic flux in your car motor works, or something like that. Okay, so all those complexity is being hidden under the hood. Okay, so that's how it's practical too. Okay, so you can't keep thinking about each and every uh, what to say, mini explosions in your car that happens every second. Like in fact, like I think hundreds of explosion happens every second. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So yeah, these private methods are used to hide complexity and all those stuff, and they give a very good user interface. Okay, so user interface means API application. Okay, a programmable interface. Okay, to the programmer who wants to use this class. Okay, so that's the thing. Of course, that programmer could be called as user, right? Okay, so now let's look at class variables and methods. Okay, so all these what you have done over here is called as instance variable method. Okay, this h dot tell about you is an instance variable. H is a instance of human. So that's why you just put human dot new to create an instance and you store it in h. Okay, so that's the thing. And tell about you is an instance method. Okay, so that's the thing. So this instance is calling a method. Okay, so confess is also an instance method. The instance is calling a method. Okay, so that's the thing. So now we look whether there is a thing for class itself to call something, right? Okay, so that's the thing, right? So I'm just copying this. I don't know why I've put this class var methods. Okay, class variable methods. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay, right. I think I need to advertise my videos in Linux channel because since I make a lot of fun of Steve Jobs and proprietary software, and possibly even I might be making fun of Microsoft, Bill Gates, and all. All these Linux guys would love to hear it. And guys who like to be slave of Apple don't like my jokes. That's the thing. Okay, right. There is a technique to get more subscribers or more views by creating hate. Okay, humans are more attracted to hate. So I think I'm just getting that. I'm messing up with the psychology. Right. So, right. Now, okay, let's execute this and then see what happened. It says it created 2 robots and it created 5 robots. Okay, right. So, what really happens? Okay, so here you have this R1 is equal to robot.new. Okay, so it calls the initialize method. Okay, and over here we are checking if robot is defined. That is, if at least one robot has been created. Okay, so no, this is the first robot that's been created. Before this, no robots have been created. So what we just do is, okay, robot count. We just sorry. Okay. So it's no. So it will go to the else part. So the robot count will be 1. So over here we are not putting single at. We are putting double at over here. Okay. So that means instance method. So the robot itself will call. It will call okay, robot dot uh, robot underscore count. You can call something like that. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so right, and this okay. So yeah. So first, okay, when there is no robots, when the first robot has been created, the robot count will become 1. And for this one, yes, already a robot has been defined. Already it's been defined, right? So already there's one robot. This is the second one. So now the robot count will be increased to 2. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And now what it is doing is self dot robots created. So over here, since this is called not the instance variable. You're not putting like R1 dot robots created. You're just putting this robot. You're just querying this class itself, not the instance of the class. The R1 and R2 are instance of the class. Over here, you're querying the class itself. Okay, so for class methods, so the method that a class can call is called as class methods. Okay, so for class methods, all you just need to do is to put self dot that method name and you can define whatever you want. Okay, so that's the thing. So it just calls as robots created and this just returns the robot count. That's the thing. So since 2 robots were created, okay, it says created 2 robots over here, of course, right? It's been embedded inside the string. And now we create 3 more robots and we once again put almost the same code, like okay, created what to say, 2 plus 3 is what, like 5. So 2 is being created over here and then 5 is another 3 is being created over here. So totally it's 5 robots. So it says created 5 robots. So that's how it is. But the thing is, if you put double at, it means a class uh, uh, a class variable, not an instance variable. Okay, and if you put self dot and if you define a function, it is a class method, not an instance method. Okay, so that's it. So there is a difference, right? So yeah, I'm not going into the practical things where it's been used or all those stuff right now. So, but yeah, so this is it, and yeah, I am also doing. Oh, okay. I just forgot whether. Okay, this program doesn't work. Okay, yeah, fine, fine, right. So, okay, this. Okay, let me just. Okay, attribute for class variable. Okay, so let me just do it because you need to type programs that fail. And, okay, and then okay, Ruby attribute. Okay, and it failed. So why it failed? Okay, so you have this. Okay, this initialize, and you're keeping track of the robot count. Okay, that is the number of robots that's been created. Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah, the first it comes over here. So that is the first over here in line 16. No robots have been defined. So it comes to the else robot count will be one. In second, yeah, there is a robot count is being defined. So now actually the robot count is one. Now it happens one to it. That is adds one to it. So it becomes two. Okay. So now it just okay put us created robot count. Okay. So okay, and then we have smartly defined this robot count over here. Okay, attribute reader. Okay, attribute reader is something different from attribute accessor. Attribute accessor means you can even do something like this one. Like okay, like okay, let's say actually this is an instance stuff, not a class stuff. So attribute reader means what you can do is you can only get the value. So you can only do something like r1 dot robot count. Okay, but if you put attribute accessor, you can do this. You can even do this, and you can also do this one. You can even set okay, there are 7 robots or something like that. So that's the thing. But yeah, let me tell you why this won't work. Because this is a robot count. Okay, so this is attribute accessor is only for instance variables. It's not for class variables. Okay, so and so yeah, sorry, it's only for instances of a class, not for class. Okay, so that's the thing. And this is a class that's calling a function that should be instance of class. Okay, so and so this won't work. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so over here you can just put like r1 dot robot count and see what happens. R1 dot robot count and see what happens. Actually, nothing will happen. Like let me just put it. Use that p thing because yeah, it just says nil because nothing is there. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So, but yeah, okay. If I'm not confusing you, okay, we can do something like this. Robot count env. So this will what to say. We can just take this stuff off and we can just return robot count over here. Right? So 2 robots have been created, so it should be 2 now, right? Yeah. So that's the thing. So yeah, if you didn't understand the last part, just forget about it. But yeah, this is the thing. So attribute reader or attribute accessor and all those stuff, they are for instances of a class, but not for the class. Like okay, so not for robot, but instances. R1 is an instance, R2 is an instance of robot. This attribute reader or attribute accessor are for instances of the class. They define functions for instances of the class. They define setters and getters. Okay. So reader is only getter. Okay, you can only do something like this one. Okay, so if you put like attribute accessor, you can even put something like okay, robot count is equal to 6 or something like that. Right? Okay, so anyway, I hope you would have understood it and all those things. I think that's it. So let me just check my book whether they are Any more new examples or something? Yeah, next is inheritance. Yeah. That's a kind of different breed. Like we'll take code from one class and mix it into another or something like that. Or something like that. Okay. So because all these pundits and all don't think, okay, like come on, this guy is talking about something mixins and not inheritance and all the stuff. Yeah, like it's kind of like mixing code. Like it's not exactly mixing code, but yeah, properties of one class gets inherited to another, just like you inherit stuff from your father, mother, and all those stuff, right? So yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.